AI is upon us and it's here to make our lives easier. And as it gets better, it continues to get more and more real. But is that true for creative arts like songwriting? In this video, I'll answer that question by showing you 7 of the best AI songwriting tools that you can use right now to help your songwriting. Make sure to stick around for number 7, where I'll reveal my favorite songwriting app. My name is Mattie, and I'm a professional songwriter, singer, vocalist, and music producer. I've written over 1,000 songs in my career, and I spend the majority of my days songwriting for other artists. And in this video, I researched the very best AI songwriting apps that you can find on the web today. For my research, I've spent time testing each application for how good they are at songwriting and how their usability is. I've also tried to use each of these applications for a real-world client that's asked me for lyrics so that I could see if it stacked up to something I might write. Spoiler alert, some of them didn't. To get an idea of what the app was capable of, I used a variety of song lyrics and inputs. I've compiled all of my results into a comparison chart, which you could find on my website below for free. If you're interested in getting better at songwriting or making better music from your home studio, then this is the channel for you. I come out with new content every week dedicated to those very topics. So if you're interested, consider subscribing below. The first tool I'm diving into is called Lyriclab. This is meant to be a supplementary lyric writing tool. It's supposed to combine a lot of the normal elements songwriters use, like rhyming dictionaries and thesauruses, and put it all in one easy-to-use application. Lyriclab also uses lyric suggestions and phrase suggestions on the right so that you can build your song using some of their pre-made suggestions. I found in my testing that the lyric suggestions are really hit or miss. Sometimes I would have to spend 5 or 10 minutes before I was satisfied with the suggestion, and that's after changing the word or the rhyming word, and that to me isn't a reliable workflow that I'd like to work with. I did enjoy the rhyming dictionary though aspect of this and made some good suggestions for rhymes and was definitely usable and fast. However, I thought the thesaurus of this one was not that great either. This is a paid plugin, but it only costs $3 a month. There is a free trial if you're interested, and I believe it is 1 month free. You can see on the screen now one of the songs that I ended up writing with it. This was between a combination of my expertise as a songwriter and using the suggestions and the rhyming words that I found in the application. Can you write a good song with this? Yes. Will it write a good song for you? No. This is a supplementary tool. It's not going to write lyrics for you. You have to have the taste to pick out the good lyric suggestions, which were few and far between. I'm not super impressed with Lyriclab. At the end of it all, this tool is completely dependent on you. This isn't exactly what I was hoping for when I looked into AI songwriting tools, but this is a cool option. It's cool to see that applications are moving towards this. I give this a 6 out of 10, and I would recommend it for beginners to use, but there are some other choices that are better out there. This next application on the list is called These Lyrics Do Not Exist. This is a completely free to use plugin, which is awesome. It has a few inputs that you put in, such as your feeling and the genre that you're going for, and it will spew out an entire song for you in a few seconds. Pretty crazy. There are some interesting and usable results from what I've found, but you do need to experiment a lot before finding something that you might actually flow with. I really do like how it writes the whole song instantly. That's super cool. And you can just go through and choose the verse parts that you like without having to regenerate the song. And they might be related. It also has an interesting feature where you can put in an emoji for the song topic, which gave me some interesting results here. What I noticed as I was using this tool is not all of the structure follows strict songwriting structure. Not all of the syllables match. Not all of the rhymes are even rhymes at the end of lines. So there is some room for improvement, but there are some good ideas sprinkled throughout. The way I would use this tool and the way I did use this tool was just to pick and choose some of my favorite lines because there were some good lines in there. This is another tool that's great for inspiration, and because it's free to use, super convenient. Get some ideas out there. I would personally use this if I was stuck or if I was craving something interesting or creative to add to my songwriting. I would give this one a 7.4 to 1 out of 10. The next AI songwriting application on the list is called Rytr. That's spelled R-Y-T-R. And it's not specifically a songwriting tool. It's an AI that uses GPT-3, the same as ChatGPT. Rytr will write song lyrics based on the inputs you tell it. When you're using Rytr, make sure you choose your use case as song lyrics and then type in a generic song idea. I found that this gave me some actually really usable lyric results. I was floored with some of the results I was getting from this program. Rytr will automatically lay out the song into verses and choruses just like you'd expect, and just like the last application we used. It has some of the best outputs with the least amount of inputs, which is super cool. That means I have to type in less input to get a quality result as my output. Rytr also has a free plan where you can start out and write up to 10,000 credits of free things and free songs. After that, to use this application, you'll need to purchase the premium plan. But if you're looking for an AI songwriting tool that can write the whole song for you, this is the closest AI application I've found that can do so. In my testing, I found that Rytr was able to use some really good metaphors and good rhyme schemes that I would actually personally use. Take a look at the last line of the chorus of this song it wrote about head in the clouds. With my head in the clouds and my feet on the ground. I don't know if that's the best last chorus line, but that's an absolutely usable line that would fit any modern song. The line is poignant and poetic, and it's exactly something that I would expect to hear from a modern sounding song. Overall, I rate Rytr a 9.23 out of 10 for writing song lyrics. The only downside is you might have to pay for it, and I understand if you're not willing to shell out that money quite yet, but their free plan is a great starting point. The next AI application on the list is called lyrics.mathiegati.com. And this one's a bit experimental of what I found, but I thought it was interesting enough that I'd share it with you. You can tell that the UI design for this isn't quite there. You could tell that it's probably just 1 or 2 developers doing this in their spare time, but there are some interesting results. First, you type in a keyword, then you set the creativity, then click generate for it to give you some song lyrics. This takes longer than some of the other AI application services, and I found it can take up to a minute. But I did find some hidden gems of song lyrics that this generated for me. Granted, it did take me quite a few times of refreshing. Most of the results weren't great, but I did find some lines in there that were good enough that I thought I should mention it for it being a completely free tool. That all being said, I will give lyrics.mathiegati.com. It's not a great name. Definitely needs a new name, but I will give it a 5.4 out of 10. Next up on the AI songwriting application list, we have an app called Moises. Moises is an application very similar to the Lyriclab that we reviewed before. It is an all-in-one songwriting tool with a rhyming dictionary, a thesaurus, as well as lyric and phrase suggestion tool. I feel very similar to Moises as I do about Lyriclab, and I don't know if I could pick a better one between the two because honestly, they're so similar. I found that Moises lacked in song suggestions and phrase suggestions. Sometimes the phrase suggestions just wouldn't even rhyme, and most of the time it didn't make sense to use them with the rest of the song. The rhyming dictionary that it has is average and okay. It's convenient that it's there, but I would still probably need to supplement it with a tool like rhymezone.com. I did enjoy the thesaurus once again, just like Lyriclab in this one, and this one even provided antonyms, which I use constantly when I'm trying to songwrite. I also appreciate how it shows the syllables on the left-hand side so that you can get a feel for what the syllables should be. This app is best for inspiration. It will not fix your bad judgment. You have to be the one in charge here, and it's all about you writing the stuff. The AI suggested content just really isn't there for me. Just like Lyriclab, I'm giving this one a 6.0 out of 10. They feel almost like the same application. On to the last 2 of the AI applications, which are both really powerful applications, and then the last one I'll give my favorite. The second to last AI songwriting application on the list is Jasper. Now, you may have heard of Jasper before in the AI game because it is a super powerful tool for writing content. But just like most AI, if you ask it to give you a different output, say for example, write a song, then it will give you some interesting results. Jasper is a good program. If you give it the right inputs, I found that you can get some reliable song outputs, which is super cool. You don't have to know a lot to tell it to write a song about the beach. Bada bang, bada boom, you get a song. I did find Jasper's interface a bit finicky sometimes, and it forgetting to finish the song unless I clicked on some certain buttons. Unlike Rytr, there's no specific song generation feature that you can use in Jasper. Pushing past all of that, I did find some really good song lyrics. Just like Rytr, Jasper offers a free trial, so you can use 10,000 credits from Jasper. Maybe you just use both of them, Rytr, Jasper, and then decide which one you like better. Not a bad plan. Overall, I give Jasper for songwriting an 8.2 out of 10. The lyrics I found from Jasper were real enough that I would absolutely use them in a commercial sense. And when you say AI songwriting tool, this is really more of what you're thinking of. Something that you put in a few inputs and get some really polished results. Let's move on to the last AI songwriting app that I found and my personal favorite that I've looked at. And the AI that I'm using this time is actually Notion. Now, just like Jasper, Notion isn't notorious for its songwriting AI ability, but you can put in some inputs like write me a song, and I've gotten some really good results from it. As I was testing Notion, I found that the really specific inputs I gave it led me to better results. For example, instead of saying writing a song about love, I might say write a song about a lost love that relates to the waves in the ocean. I got a lot better results results from inputs like that. Notion is super fast. As soon as you click the input, it will automatically write it for you. And the lyric suggestions of the whole program were really, really good. Really on par with Rytr. It was between this one and Rytr of which one I liked the best, but both of them were super powerful, and I was honestly floored with some of the results I got. Take a look at this song that I wrote with Notion. Read this chorus that it produced for me. Summer breeze blowing through our hair. We'll dance and sing without a care. The days are long, but the nights are alive. Summer love will thrive. It's a bit corny, yeah, but I'm consistently getting good syllable structures like this, good rhyming structures like this, and all of these can definitely be used in a commercial sense. What's more important than the actual lyrics themselves that I think AI might struggle with for at least the time being is putting these lyrics to melodies. If you're interested in figuring out how to put your song lyrics to melodies, I actually made a complete guide for beginners, and you can check out that video right here. Overall, I give Notion a 9.2 out of 10. If I had to pick one starting point, both Notion and Rytr have some free plans, so start with both of them and see what you like, and then maybe even throw Jasper in there and see if that one works for you too. But see which one of those works for you off of their free trial if you're planning on using this for yourself as an AI application, and then proceed with the premium plan if you think it'll really help you out. Just like all of these applications though, these are supplementary tools. These will not fix bad taste or bad songwriting skills in the first place. They just won't. But I am super impressed with some of these results. Honestly, it is scary how good of songs that these AI are writing immediately. I expect that AI is going to continue to take off. And if AI is something that you're interested in, I know it's something I'm interested in, and I would love to share my music journey and how it can help you as a musician as well. If you're interested for more AI specific content, let me know in the comments below about some other AI applications or use cases that you could see for a musician like yourself to use on your tracks. I love that AI is becoming such a more useful tool, and I expect it to become even more useful in the future. And remember, if you want a full AI songwriting application comparison chart, go click the link on my website to find it. It will help you give a better decision. Also, you can find some links in the description below for each of these apps as well as on my website. Thank you so much for checking this out. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.